Most people think the voice holding them back is just common sense, but common sense is often just someone else's fear wearing your voice. It's like dating someone who keeps telling you they're not ready, not because they don't like you, but just because every past relationship taught them that committing ends badly. So, at some point, other people's doubts stopped being advice and started being the commentary track in your head. You stopped asking, what do I want? And started asking, what won't get me criticized? Today, we're talking about what it costs you if you don't fix it. Andrew, when does listening to other people start becoming like playing not to lose instead of playing to win?
If you're trying to keep other people happy rather than do your best and achieve for yourself, then you are going to have limits put on you. Now, when you're beginning in sport or business, you really have to actually focus on yourself, what you want to achieve. The selfishness of success is really not talked about that much. And if you're trying to keep everyone happy, what often happens is instead of focusing on all the preparation and work that requires to get something meaningful done, you're helping your mum, you're helping your girlfriend, you're helping your friends, you're helping your brother, and you don't get any shit done for yourself.
Yeah, but you can still help those people and just sleep shorter, as Arnold Schwarzenegger says. Selfishness is a nasty habit.
Selfishness is what is required, and they're building a strong foundation for yourself, for recurring income, or for asset base will allow you to help those people you love more later.
I disagree, because at the end of the day, if it fails, you need to go back on these people to support you. And if you've been a complete prick, they're going to remember.
Yeah. Finding balance is tough. And if people are shifting their problems onto you because you're a helpful, competent person, you can understand that. Sometimes the help that they need is support and a suggestion on how to get it done themselves rather than you doing it for them. Just like somebody can't do investing for you or can't run your business for you unless it's really big and you're paying them to be the CEO. The thing is, the help that you're giving other people, sometimes you're giving them more help than they need as an excuse to get away from achieving what you need to achieve personally.
It doesn't matter what age you are. We all go to our parents for advice. That's a good thing, though, isn't it? Because they have a vested interest in you. They care where others don't.
Yeah. As a principal, you can say, do my parents know more than me because they've been around longer? Yeah, sure. But the thing is, what do your parents know about the specifics of your situation? If you tell them little snippets about something, then maybe they can give you high-level principles. But if they start getting into the details, they don't have all of the intangible information, they don't understand all the nuances, and you have to take it with a grain of salt. They are going to be trying to protect you from making mistakes. Maybe they'll encourage you, maybe they're not.
But I do try and protect my children from mistakes because I've made those mistakes and I don't want them to make the same mistakes again.
But preventing your kids from making mistakes is preventing them from living what life is sometimes you've got to make those mistakes yourself. And
I agree. It's a mantra that I've said already on this program. You prepare your children for life. You don't protect them from life. But if they're going to do dumb shit decisions, I'm going to really speak up about it.
Yeah, look, most of the dumb shit that happens is when people try to get something done without the right preparation. Whether they say they want to apply for a job, they fill in their CV is very generic and they just send the CV off to 100 different jobs instead of taking the time to tailor a CV, tailor a cover letter for each individual job. It's better to apply for 20 jobs that are more tailored than 100 with something generic. And that same philosophy around being prepared goes for sports, goes for business, goes for investing. The level of preparation required for success is grossly underestimated by most people.
I don't think you have to cut out negative voices, because if you do, you're not hearing different points of view before making the decision. But you'd be an advocate of cutting out those voices, I suppose.
No, channel them. Use the negativity in your own mind to encourage yourself to prepare more. The negative self-talk when you're in the act of doing something that is important can relate to the lack of preparation that got you to that point. So you're going to be taking a conversion in rugby, you're going to kick the ball from 40 meters out. If you're not sure you're going to make that kick when you have to make that kick, the preparation hasn't been enough, right? You see some kickers, they do a kick Damian McKenzie, big smile on his face when he's doing it. One, because he knows he should be having fun, and two, he knows he's done the preparation. The kickers that look anxious before the kick, you can see the body language. They're not sure they're going to make that kick, and often they miss. The negative self-talk in business and investing, if you channel it, can help push you to prepare more and to push past any of those impediments to success. If you're just always the Pollyanna, happy about everything and seeing the best of everything, then you're going to miss.
But that is the tall poppy syndrome in New Zealand, that we are so easy to knock people over who are doing something different. So perhaps in New Zealand, you do have to be Pollyanna.
From friends and family, I had plenty of negative feedback about my investment decisions, business decisions. But like I said before, they don't have all the nuances and they don't know how much you've prepared.
Sure. Okay, I'll give an example because you mentioned that. I'll give an example. When I decided in Form 6, which is year 12, that I wanted to be a broadcaster, my father said, get a real job.
Yeah.
He's an accountant. He was like, get a real job. And I had to make a real tough decision whether to listen to my parents or fuel that as the reason why I'd get into broadcasting. And ultimately, in fact, it was probably at that point in my life, 17, 18 years old, that I decided I wouldn't listen to my parents. I'd do the exact opposite of what my parents would do. But
yeah, and you can humor them. You can humor your friends and your family, and you can take little tidbits of information. If, say, somebody gives you 10 bits of advice in quick succession and you want to focus on one or two of them, then great, that they will feel that validation.
What's the difference between someone who uses those negative voices as a fuel and the other person who uses those negative voices as a full stop in doing what they want to do? Because there are two types of people, and I've been those types of people.
It's the actions and results. Negative self-talk can stop you doing things, can stop you completing things. It can lead to you sabotaging things when they're going well. Negative self-talk can also say, I'll show them, I'll prove them wrong, or because of that negative self-talk saying, oh, you're not good enough, it pushes you to prepare more, to try harder, to focus more, to cut out other distractions.
One of the things that really inspired me, and I saw it recently, was Novak Djokovic doing an interview on Instagram. I don't know who he was talking to, but he said, and I think he's right, that he has more negativity in his world than perhaps most people. And he said the difference between his mindset and everyone else's is he can channel that negativity and let it go in 10 seconds. In the same way with a tennis player, and I saw this with Roger Federer as well, that it's just another point and you win or lose on the point and you just put it behind you. And I think that potentially is the secret, that listen to the negativity, but don't take it personally.
If you stew in it and you let it sit with you for hours or days, that's on you. And Tony Robbins really has, made it part of his philosophy for himself and the people he helps is take in the anger, take in the negativity, and get rid of it quickly. You don't need to sit in it. Sitting in it is, if you're triggered and then that's not been let go, that is on you. We actually have the power to choose our frame of mind at any time.
Here's the reality. If you took dating advice only from people who'd never been in a good relationship, you'd stay single forever. Yet in life and money, that's exactly what most people do. They let the loudest voices be the most qualified ones, and then they call it being realistic. If the voice in your head panics at commitment, avoids risk, and hates being judged, ask yourself this: who trained it? Because unless that voice changes, every opportunity looks like a threat. If this hit a nerve, that's usually a good sign you're closer to a breakthrough than you think. We'll pick this up in the next episode.